Okay, what's happening?
All right, I think I'm back. Hup, hup, hup.
Awesome. So I don't know what's going on with my internet, you guys, but it's terrible. While we were on chapter 8 and getting into some really good stuff, that this is going on. My internet is acting really crazy. So sorry about that, you guys. But hey, maybe this deserves to have a part 2 because it is such a powerful chapter. Um, so I don't even know at what point my video cut off because I was getting into something really deep. And of course, you get opposition and boom, it gets shut off. But that's okay. So we were talking about uh, what it is that you need to focus on doing when it comes to, thinking, thinking in the certain way. So your part is to intelligently formulate your desire for the things which make for a larger life, and to get these desires arranged into a coherent whole, and then to impress this whole desire upon the formless substance, which has the power and the will to bring you what you want. Do not make this impression by repeating strings of words. You make this by holding the vision with unshakable purpose to attain it, and with steadfast faith that you do attain it. The answer to prayer is not according to your faith while you're talking, but according to your faith while you're working. You cannot impress the mind of God by having a special Sabbath day to set apart to tell him what you want and then forgetting him the rest of the week. You cannot impress him by having special hours to go into your prayer closet and pray if you then dismiss the matter from your mind until the next hour of prayer comes back again. Oral prayer is well enough and has its effect, especially upon yourself, in clarifying your vision and strengthening your faith, but it is not your oral petitions which get you what you want. In order to get rich, you do not need a sweet hour of prayer. You need to pray without ceasing. And by prayer, I mean holding steadily to your vision with the purpose to cause its creation into solid form, and the faith that you are doing so. Believe that ye receive them. Okay. So, like, I get what he's saying here. It might seem a little bit confusing, but it's like when we talk about prayer, a lot of times we're simply talking about spoken words, and when it comes to that, your prayer has to also have a belief. So that is that constant thought. That's the meditation of, always having that in the front of your mind. You can't come to God and pray for, like, even health, for example. You can't come to Him and pray for health. And the only time you're thinking about being healthy and getting better is when you're praying, and then that's it, right? You can't ask for a kinder heart, and then the minute church service is over, you're cussing everybody out in the parking lot, right? And then you're cussing people out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at work, on Saturday when your kids didn't clean up, and then on Sunday you come back and it's like, oh yes, give me a clean heart. No, no, stop. Okay, doesn't work that way, right? Because you're going to have to start developing new habits as well as new thoughts, right? And in order for you to develop new habits, you have to consistently think on those things, meditate on those things. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarification when it comes to that. Okay. And then he closes with this. Oops. He closes with this. The whole matter turns on receiving. Once you've clearly formed your vision, when you have it formed, it is well to make an oral statement addressing the Supreme in reverent prayer, and from that moment you must, in your mind, receive what you ask for. Live in the new house, wear the fine clothes, ride in the automobile, go on the journey, and confidently plan for greater journeys. Think and speak of all the things you've asked for in terms of actual, present ownership. Imagine an environment and a financial condition exactly as you want them, and live all the time in that imaginary environment and financial condition. Mind, however, that you do not do this as a mere dreamer and a castle builder. Hold to the faith that the imaginary is being realized, and use, wait a minute, and to the purpose to realize it as well. Remember that it is faith and purpose in the use of the imagination which will make the difference between the scientist and the dreamer. And having learned this fact, it is here that you must learn the proper use of the will. So that's going to be tomorrow in chapter 9 when we talk about how to use the will. And this is going to rock you. This is a really good chapter also. So just as an example, for me, one thing that I did, I have my dream home in mind. And it is so crystal clear as to what I want. I have my floor plan totally planned out. It is totally mapped out. I know exactly where I want everything to be. I know the color of the walls in the rooms, where I want paint, where I want wallpaper, what the shades are. I know where I want carpet, where I want hardwood floors. I know all the furniture. I've picked out the furniture for every single room in my house. I've picked out the landscaping in the front yard and back, right? To get clear as to whether or not I want a pool. I don't know. If I do, I think I'm gonna have a small pool. Okay. But even still, I've chosen the design of the pool, right? So all of these things are planned out. My patio furniture is planned out. The color of the house, the color of the roof, the way the driveway is gonna look, the car that I'm gonna have in the driveway, like all of these things are planned out. I know how the house is going to smell when I walk into it. I know the centerpieces I want on my dining room and living room tables. I know what kind of fireplace I'm going to have in the family room. I know what my office, my study is going to look like. I've picked out the marble for the island in the kitchen. I have the sunroom planned out. Like it, in detail, y'all. And another thing, like one thing that leaders will tell you to do, and life coaches and things like Tony Robbins and stuff, is to not only picture it but create a vision board, which I've done. You can create a vision board of the thing you want, or and then when you look at it, you think about how you feel having it in the now. Don't think, okay, well, my plan is to get what I want in 2 to 3 years, and so this is how I'm going to feel in 3 years. No, you need to think about how it feels now, to be grateful right now for having it now, because it is now in your possession. Okay, it's in your possession now. It's just not physically there. Okay, but it's on its way because it's in your possession. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, um even like certain trips I want to go on with my kids, um I have that planned out. I know exactly what that looks like for me. Okay. So yeah, vision board is great to have. And I used to laugh at vision boards. I used to be like, oh my gosh, that is so ridiculous. I'm just supposed to make this. I'm telling y'all, it's a very powerful tool. Also, a lot of times life coaches will tell you to physically go to um, to those places. So, like for example, the exact the model of the house that I want is available in a community right around the corner from where I already am. Okay. And so I've been there to look at some of their model homes. So that's something else that you can do. You can actually, if a dream home is one of the things that you picture in your mind, you can see if you can go to, um, you know, um, a community where they may have a model of that home, and you can kind of walk through it, look around, feel the walls, feel the counters, um, breathe in the atmosphere there, and carry that with you each and every day after you've had that experience. If it's a car that is, you have a dream car, go to that dealership, take a test drive, and carry that with you, what it feels like. Do it often if you need to, like go there once a month. I don't know if they'll let you do that, I don't know, but go and take that test drive. Feel what that steering wheel feels like, feel what the seating feels like. And don't just test drive like the base model. Like if you want all the bells and whistles, go and test drive a car with all the bells and whistles. Okay, do that. You deserve that. And when you start to live it and breathe it, this also helps you to keep it in the front of your mind as well. But what you don't want to do is sit there and pray about it or meditate on it just in the moment and then totally disregard it all the rest of the time, because then you're fighting against yourself. Okay, so you're kind of self-sabotaging at that point. You don't want to do that. So anyway, that's pretty much it. This is my part 2, so I need to make sure that I type that in here. But Hopefully you have gotten value from this, and definitely share in the comments what your biggest takeaway has been from this chapter as well as the others in my other videos. Make sure you subscribe, share this out. I want more and more people, as time goes on, to grab their copy of The Science of Getting Rich, and let's enlighten and empower more people on how they can live the life of their dreams. We no longer have to live in this robotic mode of what some societies are telling us is necessary to do. For a person to be able to get rich is the advancement. If you're doing it in this way, in this certain way, it will actually help to advance all of society. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing my part and making that happen, sharing my story and sharing this book. So thank you so much for tuning in. So listen, for those of you who are in business the same way I am, you're in online business and you are loving the idea of it, but the reality isn't looking too good. And now you have impressed the thought on the formless substance that, hey, I need to figure out how am I going to improve in my business. Well, guess what? Your prayer has been answered, because tonight, this Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am hosting a webinar that's going to help you with exactly that. And here it is. I'm going to show you how to survive the walking dead of network marketing. So this encompasses all, whether you're doing network marketing, multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, direct sales, whatever the case may be, top tier programs, all that stuff. If you are either operating your business online or you have a brick and mortar and you're promoting that business online, you will definitely want to show up for my training this Thursday night. And I'm going to share with you 12, that's a dozen, you guys, 12 vital tools to protect you from struggle and failure in any business you promote online. So those of you that are Walking Dead fans, you totally get what I'm talking about when I talk about the bite of struggle and overwhelm and all that stuff, failure. So I'm going to show you what you can do to finally get yourself where you want to be in your business. And coming from a business success coach who has been contracted by a multi-million-dollar company to help their members inside of their community get better, trust me when I say this is going to be some really good stuff for you. Okay, you're going to love it. All right, so make sure you register for that. If you need the registration information, I will be sure to put that in the description box so you can grab hold. Matter of fact, let me do it right now so I don't forget. Okay, awesome. It's in there. So wonderful. Thanks so much for watching. I am looking forward to seeing you guys Thursday night at 9. And if you have any questions, comments, or anything, make sure that you either post them here in the chat, or you can send me a personal message. And all of that information is in the description box as well. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video.